All right, in the news headlines today, Costco's foot traffic climbs after standing by DEI. Let's take a look.
Welcome back to What's the 411 News, where we bring you news observation, interpretation, and news commentary from an FBA and BGR perspective. Let's get it.
Yes, indeed. Welcome back, everybody, to What's the 411 News. And Costco has decided to take a different approach in all the anti-DEI businesses. All right. We're going to take a further look. But before we get into that, I want to let y'all know that the book is out now, available in Kindle and paperback. All right. The Fauci Files, Fauci's Dirty Secrets Exposed. All right. There's a lot you didn't know about what Fauci was doing behind the scenes to pretty much trick the entire planet, the people on the planet. All right. And it definitely is a good read. And it reads like articles. The chapters are like in article form. And at the end of each chapter, you have sources. So you can actually look up the website link sources and you can get the details of what's in each chapter. All right. That way you can do your further research if you decide to. Okay. So, yeah, be sure to pick this up right now. The Fauci Files, Fauci's Dirty Secrets Exposed. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get into the article now and find out what's going on with Costco. All right. So let's check it out. Let's check it out. All right. So, yeah, Costco's foot traffic is climbing because they decided to use some different practices than other companies have. All right. So Costco's foot traffic surged 13 weeks strong. Okay. So Costco is out here proving that standing on values doesn't mean taking an L. The retail giant just clocked 13 consecutive weeks of increased foot traffic as of the week of March 17th, according to Retail Brew, excuse me. While other big name retailers are waffling on diversity, Costco's doing the opposite. And the numbers don't lie. People are showing up and they're showing out. All right. So standing firm on DEI while others fold. In a time when Target, Amazon, and Walmart have backpedaled or gone quiet on diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives, Costco said, nah, we're good, and stood tall. While the Trump administration and political operatives have put pressure on companies to ditch DEI, Costco has kept its focused. All right, it's focused, excuse me. This move ain't just about PR, it's about principle. And the results speak for themselves. Shareholder smoke gets shut down. Earlier this year, the National Center for Public Policy Research, NCPPR, tried to throw a wrench in the game by pushing a proposal to dismantle Costco's DEI programs. But Costco's board wasn't having it. In a bold move, they straight up told shareholders to vote against it. All right. The board doubled down on the company's mission, reminding folks that DEI aligns with Costco's long-standing code of ethics and culture. Ethics, inclusion, and the Costco code. Costco's board made it plain. Our success is built on service to our employees, members, and suppliers. That's not a slogan, that's a whole ecosystem. They emphasize that inclusion means making every employee feel valued and respected. With over 300,000 workers worldwide, and I know Costco had companies worldwide or employees. I didn't know that. So Costco knows a strong, diverse workforce isn't just a good look, it's a competitive edge. All right. The people back the play. All right. The people spoke loud and clear. Over 98% of shareholders voted down the proposal to cut DEI efforts. That's not just a win, that's a landslide. In a corporate world where shareholders usually chase the bottom line, this was a moment where ethics met profits and said, let's ride with it. All right. Costco proved that investing in people and principles is good for business. Boycott over boycott. Sharpton weighs in. Here we go with Al Sharpton. All right. Let's see what Al Sharpton is talking about. So Reverend Al Sharpton stepped into the chat, flipping the script on traditional protest moves. Instead of organizing a boycott, he announced a boycott, encouraging consumers to put their dollars behind companies like Costco that support DEI. Support those who support diversity, he said. Simple, strategic, and it's catching on. Yeah, I don't know how much of a stake that Al Sharpton has in this, and if he's making money by doing this. I don't know if he would just be going out there talking and saying, doing this normal thing if he wasn't getting some dollars out the deal. You know what I'm saying? So he might have some money invested in this. More than a retail story, it's a culture shift. All right. What Costco is doing isn't just about retail traffic, it's a bigger message. Doing the right thing can pay off, literally. This story isn't just about warehouse deals and bulk goods. It's about how corporate culture, ethics, and community values collide in a climate of political pressure and performative actions. Costco is walking it like they talk it. And the people, they're walking right through the doors. All right. So Costco has seen 13 straight weeks of rising foot traffic as of mid-March. The company reaffirmed its DEI stance amid political pressure, unlike many competitors. All right. Costco's board urged shareholders to reject any anti-DEI proposal, and they did overwhelmingly. Okay. So over 98% of shareholders voted to keep DEI initiatives intact. Of course, Reverend Al Sharpton called for a boycott instead of a boycott to support Costco for its pro-diversity stance. And another thing comes to mind. Now, we all know, and we've been hearing, some of you have heard and hear, that DEI benefits mainly white women and white CEOs. So it's almost like they're trying to make it seem as though that because Costco is deciding to stay and support DEI, that this is supposed to be good for Black people. But, this could be a real tricky play, a play on the mind with wordplay and making people think that Costco is down for, no, they never say in the article, Black people, right? It's never mentioned. You never heard it on any news platforms, any of the CEOs or the executives saying like, hey, we doing this for Black folks, and we know a lot of Black people come to our business. They never really say that, but it seems to be like an implied type of thing. You know what I mean? Costco's commitment shows that values-driven business decisions can still win in the marketplace. This move sets Costco apart as a leader in ethical corporate culture and consumer trust. Okay. So, yeah, seems to be a little play on, I don't know if it's the wording or the play on the mindset, because again, we all know the biggest beneficiaries of DEI is white women, and they say white males, but I've seen other publications saying white CEOs. So I don't know what the play is. The play just seems like by going with that, it has that mind. It puts this thing in your mind for Black people anyway to go, oh, okay, they rocking with Black people. So we're gonna go over there because they know black people are gonna spend money. And so just the psyops of it seems like a psyop in a way. And it plays on the mindset because again, like I said, when you hear there's a lot of these code words: diversity, equity, inclusion, minority. I forget the others, like 3 or 4 other code words that make you feel like they're talking about black people, but they're really talking about including everyone. Diversity, meaning diverse, and not just one person or one group or one stock. Just to use an example, you have a diversity or a diverse amount. So in this sense, when it comes to diversity, equity, and inclusion, the diversity, okay, some black people, some Asian, some Indian, some Hispanic, some Ukrainian, some Russian. They're giving you that impression that it's all black, but it's really saying everyone. So it seems like kind of a little trick game with the mind, and it makes black people feel good, and it makes them come to the Costco's instead of the Sam's and the Walmarts and the Targets, those companies, and maybe even the Amazons. Not that they can have Amazon has foot traffic, but these other stores do. And these other stores are anti-DEI now because they're all folding to Trump. And so, yeah, it seems like a business psyop, a business move that they are looking at it from the standpoint, well, we're going to go with this. We're going to take this route because we know we're going to have our black customers and our other customers going to come in and make purchases. So we'll get all the money while Amazon and Target and Walmart and Sam's and all these other countries who's anti-DEI, they won't get any much money when people find out they're not supporting DEI. All right. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think about this one. Put it in the comments. And don't forget, out now is the Fauci files. Fauci's dirty secrets exposed. All right. This is What's the 411 News. And we'll be back again for another one. All right. Peace.
Welcome back to What's the 411 News, where we bring you news observation, interpretation, and news commentary from an FBA and BGR perspective. Let's get it.